I'm
Hi.
Paige Roberts. It's
Hi,
nice
Paige.
to meet you. Welcome to the conference. And can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, hi, I'm Wang, one of the co-founders of Constellation Research. I'm a principal analyst, and the areas that I look at are ERP, next generation applications, what CIOs are doing in the future, and of course this touches on app strategies such as cloud, integration, and looking at applications optimization.
Have you seen any interesting presentations so far?
I did. I actually saw two this morning. One of them was on the big data issue, and I think some of the interesting things in terms of Hadoop, what you're doing in terms of supporting, I think it was like 384 nodes, really solving the big data problem. And I think that's a very important part because we have a lot of structured and unstructured data coming into the market. So if you think about social data, like the Twitter streams, the Facebook streams that are coming in, these activity streams are driving huge volumes of data. But we haven't even dropped the whole device-to-device data in the Internet of Things. And when that comes into place, the number of nodes, the processing power, the ability to filter through that huge amounts of data is going to be one of those things that are going to be a differentiator in the marketplace.
Given your area of research, is there anything you've seen at Integration Next that has sort of changed your view, that's altered the way you're thinking about things?
It does. Well, I think one of the important things is when you look at integration today, from the cloud to the on-premises world, it's been point-to-point for the most part. And moving forward, it's these integration libraries, these complex orchestrations of integrations that are going to be very important for our clients. They are trying to figure out how to do point-to-point well right now. In the future, they're trying to figure out how to manage those environments in a very complex environments in a very simplified way, and they're also trying to deal with the fact that they're dealing with best-of-breed SaaS hell. So what do you do with all these best-of-breed applications that are coming up into the marketplace, and how do we become very successful in integrating those, in managing those, and really letting businesses become more agile? So as we're looking at Data Cloud 2, as we're looking at some of the additional services, the ability for our clients to be able to access these services, whether in cloud stacks, whether they're in their own environment, whether they're happening in any kind of hybrid exchanges, that's really going to be the difference between how quickly they can become successful and how quickly a competitor can become successful. And that's one of the areas that we see a lot of opportunities.
So given what you've learned, and does any of this relate to any research you've got coming up?
Well, coming forward, we're trying to figure out if there's differentials between the SaaS integration vendors. That's an area we're trying to figure out. Is it easier to manage? Is it easier to own? Is it easier to upgrade? What I'm supposed to make changes? Because right now we see that the point-to-point integration market's very commoditized. The things that you've done with pricing per connector, throwing those away, automatically commoditize that market pretty quickly as well. But then it gives an entry point in terms of the future advanced services. And that's what we're trying to figure out. What are those advanced services that differentiate Pervasive versus some of your other competitors?
So what's your opinion on the idea of free connectivity as bundled instead of paying per connector?
It's about time that we actually bundle those connections. It is getting very, very expensive to manage, and not only from a vendor management and contract perspective, but I think customers find it pricing friendly to be able to work with one vendor that actually has such a huge library of connectors, and I think that would be in your advantage.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I got for you. Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
So.